Hello, it's Adrienne Faricelli and I'm here with my demonstration dog Kaiser, and today we'd like to show you how to train your dog to lie down on his mat. Training your dog to lie down on his mat offers several advantages. You can use it in various situations. For instance, if you have guests over, you can have your dog lie down on his mat so he can settle down a bit. Or if you're eating a meal, you can send your dog over to his mat. Items needed. To train your dog to lie down on his mat, you will need the following items: a dog, a mat or a blanket, a clicker, and some tasty treats. The clicker is simply a noise-making tool that makes a clicking sound that informs your dog that, yes, you got it right, here comes a treat. If you do not have a clicker, feel free to replace it with a verbal marker such as yes, followed by a treat. To train your dog to lie down on his mat, I like to use a training method known as shaping. In shaping, you will be rewarding successive approximations of the final behavior. This simply means that you will take a step-by-step approach and gradually build up the behavior until your dog reaches the final goal. Step 1, I'll be clicking and rewarding any behaviors that show interest in the mat. So I'll be clicking and rewarding for looking at the mat, walking towards the mat, and then sniffing the mat. Looking at the mat. Walking towards the mat. Sniffing the mat. And then touching the mat. And then 2 paws on the mat. So in step 2, I'm going to raise criteria. I'm going to click and reward only for touching the mat with his paws, maybe putting a couple paws on the mat or all 4 paws on the mat. And my final goal is having him to lie down on the mat. So if he happens to lie down, by instance, I'm going to give him several treats in a row, basically a jackpot. So let's continue. Jackpot! Good job! In the next step, I'm going to further raise criteria. I'm going to click and reward only when he lies down on the mat. Good job! Once your dog reliably performs the behavior, you can add the verbal cue. In this case, I'm going to say, go to your place. Good job. To further rise criteria, I'm going to click and reward after a while that he's been laying down on the mat. I'm going to add duration. So when we add duration, we can start by counting for like half a minute. Good job. Once your dog is reliably lying down on the mat, you can start adding also some distractions. So start walking around the mat, maybe even jog around the mat, and your dog needs to understand that he can get up only when you pronounce his release cue, which is done. Good boy.